Hey, what's up, homies? Welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and hop in today. I don't have a lot of time because I got the little one with me. I'm on babe patrol. So yeah, here's what we're looking at on the daily. Overall, I'm thinking we're trying to push up. I'm gonna be real with you. So we're gonna see if we're gonna make a new high here. So that's kind of what my thought process is. Let's go down to the hourly, reset our little chart view and see what's up. So we're going in this little upwards channel right here. Obviously, we've temporarily broken it, but we have not completely shifted to the downside. So let's turn these off and see real quick. All right, you can see this madness that we've got right here. So this channel that we kind of had here, boom, we broke it, and we kind of went sideways, consolidate and range in, and then boom, we kind of went up, and we barely made a new high, but we did make a new high, my guy. So paying attention to that. We're coming down into this little zone. I want to be mindful because we're in this kind of weird range consolidation zone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm interested to see if we continue downwards or not. So I'm going to zoom us into the little 15-minute. I'm going to reset our little chart view, and we're going to take a look at what we did. So I'm also taking one trade in Asia session or in the PM session right now, and then one in New York. But I'm still trying to do like one MES, maybe two maximum. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of playing around and experiment right now. I've also added 21 EMA. Let's double check that and make sure that I'm speaking correctly. Yeah, 21 EMA here, so we can kind of help verify our trend and see like what are we doing here. Like, you know, this is still VWAP. It's looking a little bit messy. I know my chart's looking really busy right now, but it's making sense to me. I got rid of the commodity index down here because I just felt like it wasn't really serving me the best. So basically, let's run into this real quick. Here's a trade that I took last night. Here's a trade that I got into, but as you can see, I had to leave the house because I had to stop the trade manually, and we're getting close to the end of the day, and I'm really not liking trading the end of the day with Top Step. And I might need to just switch over to my Redline account because I can hold overnight and into the weekends, and that might be a better approach. And sitting here saying that out loud, I might do that. But anyways, last night I saw that we had this change of character on the 5-minute. Let's go over here and look. So the 5 minutes basically what I've been executing on. I see, okay, when we get to a high or a low after we've been trending a little bit, I'm sitting here like, all right, what's the move? Because there's going to be one of these movements, like this change of characters, that are actually impactful. You can see here, we had a change of character, but we didn't break this previous high right here. Ooh, she's getting feisty. She does not want to do this. I'll make it quick. So I'm sitting here thinking, all right, we can target this previous liquidity down here. You know, VWAP was down there before we switched over into the new session. And my idea was, let's just set a couple alerts. And I'm going out to eat with my family and stuff like that. So we had this fair value gap right here, this change of character. I got an indication, a little alert on my phone, not an indication. I got an alert on my phone that said, hey, we're coming back up into the zone. So I went ahead and took the trade, and I set my stop up here, and then we trailed down. It was only one MES or something, though. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like big money or anything. I got the account to break even at this point, and then I could have held for a little bit more. But figuring out where the liquidity is that I want to take, that's going to be tricky. I'm not trying to be greedy here. So I love you. So stepping into this morning, I'm sitting here looking. All right, we've got a nice big old dump. I actually missed my trade this morning. There was a change of character right here. We came up and swept liquidity, but we didn't respect the fair value gap that was here. We filled it. So I missed that, just kind of like unsure if it was going to kind of, you know, dance around and then go to the upside or whatnot. So I waited until we came up here on the 1 hour. I was interested in this change of character we had, this fair value gap that's right here, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, all right, if we tap into it. So I had my trade set to tap. I got a little bit impatient. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I thought I was missing it because when I dialed down into the 5-minute and I was looking, we were already up into this zone. So I just went ahead and took it, but then we were ranging for what seemed like forever. Like what, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, so like an hour and a half through lunch. And I'm just like, oh my lordy. So as soon as I leave, you know, I set this, I had to leave. We had a couple appointments. I had some paperwork. I had to go print out stuff. I should have just left the trade, but I didn't know where I wanted to target for liquidity because when I came over here and looked, I should have hindsight 2020 like I didn't want to come all the way down here. You guys know in my videos, I'm always saying I don't really like going past these a lot. I was targeting the previous day low right here, but I just didn't feel confident that we were going to get that big of a move in power hour. So I was sitting here thinking, like, we had action right here. We had some, and then right here we had some action, like a nice little crossover, and this is where we really started to flip. We kind of pushed down more, so I'm thinking that could have been a good target, and we would have, if I would have had targeted like something like that, see, it wouldn't have been a good like risk to reward ratio, because I would have had to come down here, and that's just not where I wanted to be. So I kind of skipped the trade. I got out right here after we got a little bit of push, and I just didn't stay in it, and I that's just what it was, man. I can't even feel bad about it. I did look at it later when I was at the place I was at, and I looked at it, I was like, oh man, dang. But like I said, I just didn't have the freaking what I wanted on it, so I just didn't have it, man. So this is what we're looking like on the stats. The total P&L on the account, we're up 1531. That was another thing. I was risking very little overall, even though it looks big. Like over here, you know, I was never in a lot of drawdown here, and then the same for up here. I was just never in a lot of drawdown. So my strategy is basically going to be, we're going to tap into these fair value gaps after the change of character that kind of broke. So if you see right here, I know you're so fussy, baby, we're almost done. If you see right here, if we change this over here, like we broke that trend line, we created this change of character, and I targeted the change of character fair value gap that caused that displacement. And that's kind of the strategy, the BSR that I'm working on, and that's kind of what I got here. You know, we kind of, it came down, and we broke this over here. We didn't get a full change of character just quite yet, but like I said, we already had one that took place, and then on the 1 hour, which I'm going to pay a lot more attention to on the 1 hour. I'm so sorry. This is so chaotic, man. This is just so chaotic, all this. But I'm thinking we might have another channel here. We might not. It might come back up. But trend lines are a big part of what I'm doing too. So I just split right here and here where they connected, and now I'm making that the channel, even though it doesn't touch here perfectly. It's my thought process. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it works. I'm building, I'm learning, I'm experimenting. If you have any tips or tricks, let me know. But anyways, I see this change of character right here in this zone, and I'm like, okay, well, the higher time frames are a lot more respectable, bro. So we got this, and I'm not looking for half fills. Even though I had my alert here, I wouldn't have got it. And I'm looking for taps into it, as long as I can set my stop in a good place. And even here on the 1 hour, it's not in a good place. On the 5 minute, I was still tight, and obviously I just shrunk this, so it would have been more like that, because this is where the liquidity is, just a little bit past it in case we come up here and fail into it. She is trying to get all my stuff over here. She's trying to get out of here. So that would have put our stop in a better spot, and then, like I said, you know, we would have been targeting. We just wouldn't have a good RR. Yes, we would have hit a 1-to-1, which is actually what I was thinking and what I was thinking about targeting. But like I said, man, I just had stuff to do. It's getting later in the day. I'm not really a fan of trading this time of day. And this is what really makes me want to trade my own funds. And in the future, I might. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But that's what I got for the day. These are the stats. This is what I'm looking like on the account. I'm trying to keep it small, man. I'm trying to keep it, but I need to take some risk on this account. We're already a week into it. I'm going to need to ramp up and do a little bit and stop being so nervous, take some more risk here. But like, I'm just really trying to dial in my strat here. So this is what the trades are looking like. If you want to look them up or anything like that, you know, I'm always going to show you guys what's going on. This has got to change, man. This has got to change. My average win and loss is something I'm really struggling with, and I just need to kind of let them play out. But if I would have let this play out, I probably would have stopped out in the profits for the day. But yep, I'm not going to add any other symbols or anything like now. I really like only having one to follow. It really helps me pay attention to like what's going on, because like right now when the market opens back up, I already know where we're at. I already know what's going on. I know what I'm potentially looking for, and I'm just getting to a point where executing is starting to make sense, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is why I'm getting into trades. I'm still a little nervous to pull the trigger on it sometimes, but I'm getting better at it. And overall, I can't be too upset. I do think we might push up here, so we'll see. I'm not going to 100% lock in on that. But, hey, man, that's the trades of the day. I appreciate you guys being here. This little mama's over here trying to pull the chair off, and I'm sure it's entertaining as heck, all trying to watch me do this and this. And I'm also now working on my other YouTube channel, Tactiscopes, and that's been a lot of fun. I'm doing a reaction video every night, uploading every 3 days, and I'm trying to do some shorts so that they can be more like, hey, this is what's going on, here's a little highlight. We'll see if it actually works out, how it plays out, man. This is my lab. This is where I'm going to continue to evolve and continue to test things and try things. And then Tactiscope is going to be for sure more just like reactions. We're looking at the world through a tactical lens. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time, trying to have a good time always, try to bring some good energy, but also just give our opinion and always be trying to learn and be 1% better and try to lay a brick every day until we've got a mansion. So I appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you guys being here. We're also thinking about starting another YouTube channel for our family specifically because guess what, guys? We're looking at moving, and we're talking about moving. This time, not to Colorado. We've really went through the ringer, and we're going back to our OG spot that we've been wanting to go out to, which is Ventura, California. So that's actually what we're going to be working on. We're going to be looking at moving probably in about 6 months or so after the holidays, after the birthday for this little one. And yep, we're going to see how that goes. So watch my videos and maybe get some freaking prop firms so I can try to like trade a little bit more. Like use my freaking code, okay? If you're going to trade and you want to do that or whatever with Redline. I do like them. Remember, you only have 25 days to pass the account. If you get an account, you only have 25 days to do that. They're the only people I'm affiliated with right now, only people I'm using. I don't know if I'm going to stick with Top Step. I don't even know if I need my my risk settings. I'm starting to get better, understand what I'm doing. Man, if I go on tilt, I go on tilt, but I'm really trying not to and just trying to be responsible here. So if you have any tips, if you have any tricks, if you have any recommendations or anything like that, I would appreciate them. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I wish you the best on your journey, and I hope that you're doing well, my friend. Till next time, ciao.